Chapter 12: Inclusive Leadership based on Northouse PG Leadership Theory and Practice. Sage Publications. Welcome back. In this video, we are exploring Chapter 12: Inclusive Leadership, a timely and essential model for today's leaders. Inclusive leadership goes beyond simply accepting diversity. It's about creating environments where every person feels valued, respected, and able to contribute fully. In an increasingly global, diverse, and interconnected world, inclusive leadership isn't optional. It's fundamental to team effectiveness, innovation, and equity. What is inclusive leadership? Inclusive leadership focuses on how leaders actively include others, especially people from marginalized or underrepresented groups, in decision making, dialogue, and growth. It's not just about embracing differences, it's about leveraging those differences as strengths. At its core, inclusive leadership involves awareness of social identities and power structures, intentional behaviors that create belonging, commitment to equity, justice, and representation. Inclusive leaders recognize bias, share power, and model allyship in action, not just words. Why it matters. Research shows that diverse teams outperform homogeneous ones, but only when inclusion is present. Without inclusive leadership, diverse voices go unheard, psychological safety is compromised, innovation is stifled, and equity goals fall short. Inclusive leadership is what transforms diversity into belonging, performance, and justice. Inclusive Leadership Framework, Randel et al., 2018. This widely cited framework breaks inclusive leadership down into three interdependent components. First is leader characteristics: openness, humility, commitment to learning, curiosity, and empathy. Inclusive leaders don't act like they have all the answers. They create space for others to speak and lead. Second is leader behaviors. These are the actions inclusive leaders take: recognize and value uniqueness, foster belongingness, model fairness, encourage collaboration across differences, acknowledge power and privilege, use influence to open doors for others. Behavior is key. Intent without action isn't inclusion. Third is inclusive climate. This refers to the team or organizational environment. Inclusive leaders help create climates where everyone feels psychologically safe. Conflict is healthy, not personal. Feedback is two-way, and diverse perspectives are actively sought and valued. Social identity and power in leadership. Inclusive leadership also requires an understanding of social identity theory and power dynamics. Everyone has visible and invisible identities, such as race, gender, disability, religion, or LGBTQ status, that shape how they experience leadership and workplace culture. Inclusive leaders are aware of systemic barriers, attuned to how identity shapes opportunity, and willing to challenge inequitable systems, not just interpersonal bias. This is leadership that's informed by equity and social justice, not just productivity. Benefits of inclusive leadership: improves team performance, psychological safety and diverse perspectives fuel better decisions, builds trust and loyalty, employees feel respected and heard, strengthens innovation, inclusion sparks creativity and deeper collaboration, reduces bias through ongoing reflection, feedback, and structural change, aligns with social and ethical responsibility, especially relevant in healthcare, education, nonprofits, and global organizations. Challenges of inclusive leadership: it takes time and discomfort. Inclusion means addressing real tension, not just celebrating difference. Requires emotional intelligence. Leaders must regulate defensiveness and remain open to critique. Not always rewarded in traditional systems. Many workplaces still value decisiveness over collaboration. Complexity of intersectionality. One size fits all inclusion won't work. Leaders need to honor layered, lived experiences. Inclusive leadership is powerful, but it demands humility, courage, and consistency. Inclusive leadership in public health example. Imagine a health department trying to reach immigrant communities with a new mental health initiative. An inclusive leader would co-design programs with community members, address language and cultural barriers, hire and promote staff who reflect the populations they serve, and invite feedback not just once but as an ongoing practice. This isn't about being nice. It's about systematically redistributing voice, access, and resources to those historically excluded. That's what inclusive leadership looks like in action. To wrap up, inclusive leadership isn't a style, it's a stance. It's a lifelong practice of listening deeply, challenging injustice, and building cultures where everyone can thrive. In a world where exclusion and inequity persist, inclusive leadership is one of the most transformative tools we have, not just for better teams, but for a better world. This video is based on Chapter 12 of Leadership, Theory and Practice by Peter Northouse. Coming up next, Leadership Ethics, where we explore how values, morality, and decision making intersect with leadership practice. Until then, lead with intention, share the mic, and build a table where all welcome.